May I
Yes,
start,
sir.
sir?
Yes, it is pleasure, madam. You start.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. With my sincere praise to Almighty and His blessings to one and all present here on the most prestigious session on Professor Rameshwar Prasad Mishra, sir, former professor in the Department of Geography, University of Mysore, in the founders and makers of modern geographers in India, instituted by Institute of Environmental Research and Rural Development under the directorship of Professor Devendra Singh, sir. With permission of our president, Professor R.P.B. Singh, sir, I would like to invite now Professor R.N. Dubey, sir, to please propose welcome address. Professor R.N. Dubey, sir, please.
हाँ बेटा.
So you should deliver the welcome address.
Yes, Singh, sir.
Professor R.N. Dubey is not present. He is a principal of a very busy college. So he is not free.
Okay.
So you should deliver the welcome address.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. It's indeed my pleasure and honor, as well as blessings, to introduce today the galaxies of the panelists on this platform. The most honorable president of the session, Professor R.P.B. Singh, sir. Chief guest, Professor P.S. Tiwari, sir. Speaker of the session, Professor Sudesh Nangia, madam. Guest of honor, Professor Rana Pratap, Dr. Mohammad Asif Iqbal. Special guest of the sessions, Professor V.P. Satish, sir. Dr. N. Kasemi, sir. Professor Attarur Rahman, sir. Professor Anuradha Sharma, madam. Professor B.R. Pant, sir. Professor Sachin Devre. Professor K.V. Chamar. Our observers from SAGA, South Asia Geographers Association, Professor Sabdar Ali Siraji, sir. Professor Umesh Mandal, sir. Professor M.S. Islam, sir. Professor L.M. Dharmasiri, Professor Praveen Saptarshi, Dr. Yezer, Phil Remati, and vote of thanks would be proposed by Dr. S.N. Chowdhury, sir, our intercessor, Professor Devendra P. Singh, sir, organizing secretary, Dr. Amrish Kumar Rai, Dr. Amit Kumar, and all other renowned geographers, research scholars present here. However, with kind permission of our president, sir, again, I take this opportunity to introduce just two geographers on this occasion, because we would like to give more time for the session to Nangia madam. And so may I introduce, sir, two speakers of the session? Thank you, sir. We are honored to have with us as president of the session, Professor Dr. Rasbihari Prasad Singh, sir. He has a long teaching and research experience in geography, with specialization in environmental geography, urban geography, regional planning, social geography, and political geography. Sir is visiting fellow at Department of Geography, Tribal Culture in Mizoram Central University. Presently, sir is actively involved as member in various government bodies, such as member of the Indian National Commission for Cooperation with UNESCO on Social Science, constituted by Government of India, governing body V.V. Giri University, Siwan, Bihar. Sir is also member of Senate, Patna University. He is member of governing body Gopal Narayan Singh University, Sasaram, Bihar. He is member at Bihar State District Gazetteer Preparation Committee, constituted by Department of Revenue, Government of Bihar. Sir is chairman at Bihar State School Education Curriculum Frame Committee, constituted by Department of Education, Government of Bihar, and Advisory Committee, Sri Krishna Science Center, Patna, constituted by Government of India. Sir is president of governing body at Mahabir Arogya Sansthan, Patna. Sir is patron at Association of Geography Bihar and Jharkhand and Gautam Buddha Gramin Vikas Sansthan, Delhi. Sir is editor-in-chief at Geographical Perspective Annual Bilingual Peer-Reviewed Journal, Patna University. Professor Dr. R.P.V. Singh Sir has held prestigious positions such as Vice Chancellor of Patna University, Patna, and Vice Chancellor of Nalanda Open University. Sir has been head of the Department of Geography at Patna University. Sir has been director at UGC SAP DRS Department of Geography, Patna University, and president of NAGI as well as Deccan Geographical Society of India. Such publications are seen in the form of 7 books authored by him, 36 research papers, and 21 international exposures, where Sir has presided over a technical session on geopolitics in IGU meeting at Seoul in South Korea. Professor R.P.V. Singh Sir's enormous contribution to the field of academics, research, administration, and social work has been appreciated with his felicitation and awards such as Lifetime Achievement Award by Nai Dhara Social Service Society, Patna, Mughal Bhushan Award by Deccan Geographical Society of India, Global Leadership Excellence Award by Educational Department of Council, Patna, Karuna Maitri Award by Buddha Mission of India, Star of Asia Award by International Institute of Education and Management, New India, Swami Vivekananda Award for Excellence in Higher Education by India Institute of Oriented, Kolkata. Sir, we are indeed blessed and thankful for having associated as president of the session today and accepted our request. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. I'm indeed happy to introduce the speaker of the session today, most popular and favorite madam, Professor Sudesh Nangia. And I would also like to disclose that madam was external referee for my PhD Viva, and she had come from Delhi, JNU to IIPS Mumbai. Thank you, madam. I'm really blessed to have you today as speaker of the session. It is an honor to introduce Professor Sudesh Nangia, madam, as the speaker of this prestigious session on Professor Rameshwar Prasad Misra on the platform of founders and makers of modern geography in India, initiated by Institute of Environmental Research and Rural Development, Patna, Bihar, under the directorship of Dr. Devendra Pratap Singh sir and his team. Madam Nangia was the first student of the Department of Geography at Government College of Women, Gurgaon. Professor Sudesh Nangia received her education, MA, LLB, PhD from Delhi University, with earlier training from Punjab University and a faculty of JNU Delhi from 1972 to 2007, with UGC Emeritus Fellow during 2000 to 2011. Since 2009, Madam has been coordinating UGC Faculty Recharge Program in Basic Sciences at JNU New Delhi and served as National Coordinator of the program up to August 2017. Professor Nangia Madam has been teaching, conducting and guiding research in regional development and planning with a focus on population and human settlements. Her pioneer academic contributions lie in mapping of rural-urban fringe around metropolitan cities in India and population-environment development interface. She has explored the fields of gender issues, especially women empowerment, vis-a-vis health, education and employment, migration, child labor and child health, urbanization and urban infrastructure. Her research is focused on concerns with ultimate objective towards a better quality of life and living environment for the people, both in the rural and the urban settlements. In research guidance, Professor more than 100 MPhil and PhD scholars, publishing books, nearly 100 articles, and have presented papers, delivered lectures extensively in national and international conference. Madam, research clinical papers in national and international journals. Madam Nangia has been on the consultative committees on several international organizations as UNFPA, UNICEF, and ESCAP. Professor Nangia Madam has discharged several academic administrative responsibilities with admirable skill. She served as chairperson of the Center for the Study of Regional Development, chief proctor and member of the court at JNU. Madam Nangia has been on the boards of advisory bodies of Delhi University, IGNU, Jamia Millia Islamia in Delhi, and other institutions across the country. Apart from this, Professor Nangia Madam has been visiting faculty at University of Chicago, USA, and at quite a few universities within India. Professor Nangia Madam was nominated by the Ministry of the Human Resource Development as member of University Grants Commission for the period of 1999 to 2002. Professor Nangia Madam has the honor of becoming the first women president of the Indian Association for the Study of Population, ISSA, and the first women president of NAGI, president of Association of Geographical Studies of Delhi University, president of the Institute of Indian Geographers, Pune. Professor Nangia Madam has received the award of Bhugol Vajpasi from the NAGI. In 2017, Professor Nangia Madam received the honor of Distinguished Alumni from the Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi. For the past more than 2 decades, Professor Nangia Madam has been member of the Technical Advisory Committee of the Indian Association of Parliamentarians on Population and Development and has been engaged in sensitizing the elected representatives on issues of population, environment, and sustainable development. Madam Nangia, thank you so much for being there with us always throughout for all these sessions and accepting invitation as speaker of the session. Please keep us blessed. Thank you, Madam. Thank you so much. We also have with us Professor P.S. Tiwari, sir, as chief guest of the session. Thank you, sir, for joining and gracing the occasion. With permission of President, sir, Professor R.P. Singh, sir, may I now invite speaker, Professor Nangia Madam, to take the seat. Thank you, sir. Professor Nangia Madam, please deliver your lecture today.
Okay, so इसके बाद इसको ले जाना है यहाँ पर मेरा माइक खुला हुआ है
Yes, madam, you are audible.
Thank you, Professor Smita ji, for giving me the opportunity here to talk about one of the giants of geography, a man, a scholar, and an institutional builder, Professor R.P. Mishra. Before I start, I would just like to wish all the honorable members of the academic community of geographers from South Asian Geographers Association and from India a very happy festive season of Navratris. At this juncture, we remember Professor R.P. Mishra because he had his he in fact joined the other world on a very pious day. Today is his 3rd anniversary, and we pay respect to his soul and to him. I also congratulate Professor Devendra Singh for choosing this occasion, the Golden Jubilee of this present program for talking about one of the giants of geography in our country, who was not only known in our country, but also all over the world, and especially the Eastern Hemisphere. I also wish to thank a few of the scholars who have been in a position to prepare his entire autobiography and also this PPT, especially Dr. Dev Prakash from Magadh University, Professor Shashi Ranjan from the parent institution, and his family members, Professor Mishra's family members, who have provided the information related to his life and his career. I had the chance to meet Professor Mishra for the first time in 1974, when he came as an examiner to conduct viva voce for my PhD thesis in Delhi University. And one of the questions that he asked me was, after I had completed all my presentation, he said, "How do you relate your work with center-place theory?" I was quite puzzled. In fact, I had done a lot of work, but then I just did not connect my work with the center-place theory, realizing the fact that both Professor R.P. Mishra and Professor V.L.S. Prakash Rao, Professor Prakash Rao, who was my guide, they were strongly rooted into this concept of central place theory, especially in the process of regional development. And I came to know about it much later, where he gave me an idea of how to go about and look through the nuances of central place theory to assess the process of regional development. And thank you so much. I just read the PPT, which has been really prepared by my colleagues, and I'm very grateful to them. Professor R.P. Mishra was a distinguished geographer, urban and regional planner, and Gandhian scholar of international repute. He's known throughout the world for his outstanding contributions to the corpus of literature on development theory, regional planning, integrated urban and rural development, medical geography, and Gandhian studies. He occupied an important place among development specialists in India and was well known for his theory of growth poles and growth centers and Gandhian approach to planning and development. He was respected and admired by one to all, not only as a great teacher, researcher, and institution builder, but also for his intensely humane and generous nature. The hallmarks of his personality were humility, simplicity, devotion, dedication. He was popularly known as RP among his colleagues and friends and Guruji among. But I always respected him and called him as Professor R.P. Mishra. And I just want to tell you that how he tried to introduce me to the Gandhian studies. He took me to institutes here, Gandhi Smriti and other institutes, whenever he came to Delhi. And he tried to build in some kind of he tried to sensitize me to this concept of how one could look at regional development, how could one look at rural settlement development, urban settlements development from Gandhian point of view. But somehow or the other, I couldn't come up to his expectation. Now, coming to the next, looking at his biography, Professor Rameshwar Prasad Mishra was born on 5th September 1930 in a small village of Pratapgarh district, UP, that is Hanumanpur. He was the eldest among three sons of late Shri Ram Swarup Mishra and late Srimati Lakshmi Mishra. And as was a practice during those years, he got married at the age of 15 to Srimati Rani Mishra and had a long inning with her till 2014. He has 5 children, 2 daughters, Manorama and Prema, and 3 sons, Kamlesh, Suresh, and Brijesh Mishra, and they all hold very good positions in the present day academic world. Here are some of the photographs which have been provided by his family members. Since there are no captions there, so we do not know where are they from, but then one can get an idea as to how they're enjoying ice cream sitting in a garden and how they love to be in the garden along with their little dogs. And see, most of the photographs have a strong flowery background that shows that both husband and wife, they were very fond of gardening. And that also shows how he was well aware of the environmental problems. Here are some of his photographs with other family members. I'm sure some of you might be able to recognize them, but since I have not met his family members, I will not be able to say anything about it. Here we have the lifetime images of Professor R.P. Mishra, how he looked as a young scholar and a shrewd academic administrator to typical Norwegian, and in his golden days, how he looked. Now, his early education was in a government primary school in Naravi. As is with most of us had our education in the government schools wherever we had been. 5th to 8th class, he was at Avadhesh Middle School, Sangramgarh. Probably the village where he studied did not have the middle classes there. He received his high school education, which was earlier that time from 8th to 10th class at Hanumat High School, Kala Kankar, about 17 kilometers from his village. He passed his high school in 1948 in first class with distinction in 3 subjects, that is mathematics, arithmetic, and Sanskrit. So when we look at his high school pass year, 1948, and we know that he got married in 1945, he was 7th or 8th class student when he got married. During his high school days itself, Professor Mishra became a Gandhian in thought as well as action due to the influence of his mentor, Sri Naresh Bahadur Srivastava, who was the headmaster of his school. Professor Mishra, as early as in 1946, decided to discard milk cloth and use only khadi. His school days interest in Gandhi led him to become a Gandhian scholar at a later stage. After school education, Professor Mishra moved to Government College, Allahabad to complete his pre-university education. After completing his intermediate education, that is class 12, Professor Mishra joined the University of Allahabad to complete his then 2 years degree course in 1952. Most of us, those who belong to old school, we know that earlier we used to have 10 plus 2 plus 2, leading to BA degree. So he also went through the same process, and plus 2 led to another master's in geography. In 1954, he passed out MA in geography from Allahabad University. He got involved in rural development activities in and around his village during this time by meeting and communicating with farmers during summer vacations. He pleaded to people to be honest and get maximum benefits from new opportunities which independence had opened for us. But his suggestions were not taken seriously by the people because he was too young, and in society, to convince society, age matters a lot. That's what he felt. He wanted to enroll himself for DPhil degree in geography from Allahabad University and also become a lecturer there, but he didn't succeed because his teacher and head of the department of geography at that time, Professor R.N. Dubey, He wasn't keeping good health at that time, so he discouraged Professor Mishra from enrolling for DPhil degree. So in the absence of that, he entered the job market and joined as an assistant in Lok Sabha Secretariat 1955 to 57. And that gives him an opportunity to look at the political proceedings, especially Lok Sabha proceedings, at a close angle. And he also had the opportunity of meeting important political leaders of the country and also knowing the functionings of the parliament. In 1957, he joined National Atlas Organization as a field officer, and he was posted at Dehradun. His duties included collection of relevant information for the first National Atlas of India and preparing drafts of maps. I remember these 3 volumes on the National Atlas of India. They turned out to be so informative that as master's students, we really used to browse through them occasionally to know about the environment, the physical environment of a country, and also the social and cultural environment. He toured different parts of the country to collect and analyze data on the new developments at various places, and he prepared periodic reports related to them. He did while in Dehradun, he did his master's degree in economics from DAV College, Dehradun. After working as a field officer in National Atlas Organization between 1957 and 60, he worked as a lecturer in geography in Banaras Hindu University for a period of 6 months. And then he proceeded to the University of Maryland, College Park, USA in September 1961 under the Fulbright program of the United States Educational Foundation in India. At the University of Maryland, he conducted research on development problems in traditional societies, and he selected Lancaster County of the neighboring state of Pennsylvania for case study. And that itself is a great challenge, because one is going abroad for the first time and is trying to understand the locales of the local area of that country and doing research. Normally what happens when whenever we go for such trips, we are asked, why don't you work on your own country? So we fall back on the data which is available to our countries, and that enables our foreign traditional professors to learn from us as well. He obtained his PhD degree in 1964. The title of his thesis was Agricultural Development in a Traditional Society, a Theoretical and Empirical Analysis of the Processes of Agricultural Development and Change in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, USA. His guide was Professor William Van Royen. He was a famous economic geographer. And later we know that his own interest in teaching also lay in economic geography, in regional geography, and in cartography. The experiences which he had in the past in map making, and his training both in geography and in economics. He came back to India, and Mysore University offered him the post of reader, as he didn't have required teaching experience for the post of professor. That was in April 1964. He was also given the headship of Department of Postgraduate Studies and Research in Geography, which was newly created at that time. When he joined the University of Mysore in April, he tried to create better academic environments. Under his leadership, geography grew. He taught 3 most favorite courses, as I said, economic, geography, regional development, and cartography. He proposed the establishment of an interdisciplinary Institute of Development Studies with a view to carry out theoretical and applied research in planning and development and to link the university with the development plans and projects of central and state governments. His proposal was accepted and the institute was launched in 1971 with financial assistance from State Government of Karnataka and the Ford Foundation, New Delhi. So he becomes the founder director of the ICD, IDS. And under his leadership, the IDS earned global recognition as Center for Planning and Development. During this period, Ford Foundation in India gave a handsome grant to for a building to be established for this institute, and he was able to get one of the palaces from the royal family of Mysore. Now, the main functions of IDS were to organize courses in fields like regional planning, rural development, urban development, environmental planning, leading to postgraduate diploma and master's and PhD degrees. Its function was also to organize and conduct short-term courses and training programs for government officials engaged in planning, development, and social welfare activities, organize and conduct research on implications of government policies and programs in various fields for the people, especially those below the poverty line. The institute and its programs became so popular that Government of India started sending a group of newly selected IAS officers for 6 months training in it. And the state government appointed Professor Mishra as a member of the State Planning Board, following the Gandhian approach to development. A neighboring tehsil was adopted for fieldwork studies and action research near Mysore. The establishment of IDS was inspired by Gandhi and his thoughts. The institute pursued 3H model of education. The first H represented head, that is knowledge. The second H represented heart, that is application of knowledge for human welfare and service of the poor. And third H represented hand, that is skill development to convert knowledge and human values into action. The work done at the IDS was appreciated not only in India but also abroad. Professor Mishra was invited by UNDP Tehran, UN Research Institute for Social Development, Geneva, as consultant. The institute became a meeting ground for visiting scholars not only from Karnataka and other parts of India, but also from abroad. Since 1971, the main methodology of research adopted by IDS was heuristic. As time passed, Professor Mishra changed the focus to action research by selecting community development block, a laboratory for applied and action research, action theoretical research. In recognition of his work at IDS Mysore, Professor Mishra was invited by the United Nations New York to take up the vice directorship of the United Nations Center for Regional Development, located at Nagoya. He worked there for 4.5 years. His tenure of office in UNCRD is characterized by a vigorous promotion of multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary research on regional development. His major achievements at the UNCRD have been: he launched an international journal entitled Regional Development Dialogue. He was responsible for editing of the UNCRD Regional Development Series of 10 volumes published by Magazine Asia Singapore. The series and development all over the world. Further, a set of 5 volumes on the impact of national policies and programs on rural development in 8 developing countries of Asia, Africa, Latin America was published in India and released by Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Two other major books. Sorry. Humanizing Development and Regional Development were also edited by him in honor of Dr. Masahiko Honjo in 1985. He was also consultant at the United Nations Research Institute for Social Development, Geneva, between 1969-70, and at Nagoya 1971, and at Tehran in 1972. His next step was as Vice Chancellor of Allahabad University. The University of Allahabad, which once did not accept Professor Mishra as a doctoral student, I would say not that he was not accepted, but because of certain constraints of his supervisor, he could not join. And sometimes you are so attached to a teacher that you want to do research only under him and no one else. And maybe that's why he looked for other opportunities. The Allahabad University invited him as its Vice Chancellor in 1981, but he could not accept that offer because he was so engrossed in work at UNCRD. Then in 1984, he was offered this post again, and this time Professor Mishra accepted it and took over as Vice Chancellor of Allahabad University in January 1984. Allahabad University is the oldest university in India. The university was in a state of chaos, needed upgradation when Professor Mishra took over as its Vice Chancellor. And he worked hard with it, and he tried to give a new facelift to the university. He created 5 new postgraduate departments to fill the important gaps in the academic life of the university. They were geology and geophysics, anthropology, computer science and computer applications, journalism, fine arts, and Gandhian studies. The campus of the university was beautified. He worked on restoration and conservation of heritage buildings taken up in right earnest, relaying of the old dilapidated buildings and roads, and construction of centenary Mahadwars was launched, and architectural treatment of existing buildings was taken up. The academic sessions were regularized, and funds for a number of new buildings like Jawaharlal Nehru Science Center, Indira Gandhi Center for Social Sciences, Govind Vallabh Pant Conference Hall, and Centenary Hostel for boys and girls were secured from various sources. On his completion of the term as Vice Chancellor of Allahabad University, Professor Mishra was invited by the University of Delhi as Professor of Regional Planning at the Department of Geography, Delhi School of Economics. He joined this department in March 1987, from which he retired in 1995. He served Delhi University for 8 years, this department. During these years, he was head of the Department of Geography and honorary director and chairman of University Center for Gandhian Studies and Peace Research at Gandhi Bhavan in Delhi University. And he continued even after his retirement for several years. He stayed as the honorary director right up to 1998. Thus, he shouldered the responsibility of 2 departments, Geography and Gandhian Studies. He generated new hopes and aspirations for the elevation of the status of geography at Delhi University. While head, he also served as president of the Association of Geographical Studies for 2 years, 1988-89, and he played a significant role in promoting the cause of geography. In 1989, the Department of Geography hosted 10th Annual Conference of Indian Institute of Geographers and 11th Annual Meet of the National Association of Geographers of India. Professor Mishra was elected Secretary General of NAGI in Delhi, which he served successively for 2 terms, 1989 to 92 and 1992 to 95. He initiated and executed many new ideas in the functioning of NAGI, especially the publication of his journal. Because of his regular attendance at NAGI meetings, stability prevailed over instability. He made meticulous efforts to expand the teaching staff, not only in Delhi University, but also in its various colleges. For instance, Shivaji College, Karorimal College, Kamala Nehru College, and so on. During his tenure as head of the Department of Geography, 7 students were awarded doctorate degree. In 1989, the Association of Geographical Studies published a monograph entitled Dimensions of Geographical Research, edited by Dr. Baleshwar Thakur, who was also again one of the eminent geographers of Delhi University. And unluckily, we lost him too soon. This monograph contained abstracts of 45 MPhil dissertations and 22 PhD theses submitted in Delhi University between 1959 and 1988. The Association of Geographical Studies also started publishing Vasudha, an occasional publication of self-contained articles, and the first issue, entitled Relevance of Sankalia to Cultural Geography in India, was written by Professor A.B. Mukherjee, and it was published in 1990. Professor Mishra started an atlas, 1988, Resource Atlas of India, with Council of Scientific and Industrial Research support. He initiated and restructured BA Honours syllabus with a view to maintain sharper disciplinary focus. Various new courses were developed, including courses in regional studies, development, environmental geography, remote sensing, geographical information system, both at the honors level and at the master's level. Professor Mishra was invited as visiting professor by a number of universities and institutions like Boston University, University of Pittsburgh, University of Mysore, to name a few. He worked in a number of countries of Asia, Africa, Latin America as UN expert and consultant. The important countries are Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, Sudan, Egypt, Iran, Israel, Bangladesh, Thailand, Indonesia, China, South Korea, Philippines, Japan, to name a few. Professor Mishra established Center of Gandhian Studies and Peace Research in Delhi University and remained its chairman from 1990 to 1998. This 9-year period is considered to be a golden period in the professional history of Professor Mishra because of his contributions to Gandhian approach to the theory and practice of rural, urban, and regional development planning. By launching a Center for Gandhian Studies and Peace Research, Professor Mishra, as a director of Gandhi Bhavan, offered certificate and diploma courses, established a yoga center, started a naturopathy training and treatment center. The yoga classes were being attended by over 100 students and teachers, and they were open for everyone. He published books on Gandhi and Gandhian system of education, organized conferences in Gandhi Bhavan, including a national conference on Gandhian model of development and world peace in 1988, followed by an international conference on theory and practice of conflict resolution with particular reference to Gandhian ideology. Each of these conferences were followed by collection, collation, and analysis of Gandhian literature on development, peace, and harmony. Professor Mishra often used to say, a professor never retires. The post-retirement period had been one of the most productive, fruitful, enjoyable, and diversified so far as his contributions to geography, development planning, and Gandhian studies are concerned as pre-retirement period. He has been busy receiving awards, delivering presidential keynote and valedictory addresses, completing unfinished books, revising and updating old editions of his books, and editing series on rediscovering Gandhi, as well as Million and Megacities. In recognition of his achievements in the field of geography, he was given Bhugol Ratna Award by Bhu Gyan Vikas Foundation, New Delhi in 2001. The same year, the Commonwealth Human Ecology Council, India, honored him with its own award for distinguished service in the field of human ecology. In 2002, Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Smriti, Ministry of Scientific Research and Cultural Affairs, Government of India, New Delhi, honored him with his first Mahatma Gandhi National Fellowship. He is recipient of the Fellow of Nagi Award conferred on him at 25th Indian Geography Congress at Ghaziabad. The National Association of Geographers, India, also conferred upon him Bhugol Vachaspati Award in 2008 at Allahabad session for his extraordinary contribution to Indian geography. He was selected President of NAGI in 1995 at Jammu Indian Geography Congress and addressed the audience in 1996 at Shillong on Indian geography, problems, challenges, and opportunities. He was elected President of the Institute of Indian Geography and delivered a lecture on Indian worldview and environmental crisis in 2008. More than 2 decades elapsed since 1995, when he retired from active service from Delhi University. It saw the publication of several books, including 4 on urban, 10 on Gandhi, and 1 each on education and medical geography. Till the end, he was the Honorary Director of International Center for Gandhian Studies and Research, New Delhi, which runs a number of certificate diploma courses, master, MPhil, and PhD level courses in Gandhian Studies and Peace Research under the joint auspices of the Faculty of Social Sciences, IGNOU. He was the president of 3 Allahabad-based NGOs, Sustainable Development Foundation, Kasturba Gandhi Kendra, and Jeevan Raksha Foundation. During the last few years, he had been devoting most of his time to Gandhian studies, particularly to Gandhian model of development in collaboration with Dr. D. Gopal, Director Social Sciences, IGNOU. As in 2016, he was engaged in the study of Panchayati Raj institutions and how to revive them to make rural India move forward once again. During the last 5 decades, he published 110 articles in journals, and many of his publications have come out in book chapters, either edited by him or by other scholars. 25% of his research articles had been published in major journals of geography, planning and development studies, and Gandhian studies in India and abroad. Some of these journals are, there are quite a few. Sorry. We have listed here 21 journals in which his articles appear. Anashakti Darshan, Annals of Association of Geographers, Indian Journal of Planning Association, Habitat International, Deccan Geographer, National Geographical Journal of India, Journal of Institute of Economic Geography, and so on. In fact, all those journals which are relevant to geography, regional development planning, They are all the journals where we find Professor R.P. Mishra's contributions. If you look at his research interests and activities, we find that he was an erudite scholar with a variety of interests and multidisciplinary training. He was most productive in his research publications during 81-85, and more recently in the last decade. He had published a good number of books. Of the 197 publications from him, which include books and articles, both edited books and written books, approximately 29% were written and published during the apex of his career. His studies could be broadly grouped into 9 segments. That is research methodology, medical geography, philosophy of development, regional development, urban studies, globalization, Ghanaian studies and research. As a geographer, development planner, and Ghanaian scholar, his interests permeated in all these areas. Now, a study has been done to just find out the pattern of publications between 1965 and 2016, which has been very laboriously done by my colleagues who have prepared this PPT and have tried to look at the details of his contributions in successive decades. We find that his maximum number of publications had been on regional development, and maximum of them were in the first decade, that is between 1965 and 1975. And of course, it kept on reducing till in 2006, 2016, the number came up to 17. But the number had gone up in case of the other fields. For instance, in research methodology, the initial contribution had been much more, 15.38, but the last 5th decade, his contribution was 2.13. In medical geography, 3.85 to 2.13. In philosophy of development, which is the maximum after rational development, nearly 19% of his papers were written in the first decade, and the number just went into zero after 1995. So there had been a change, but then the percentages improved. In rural development, in second and third decade, there had been quite a good bit of contribution. Same was the case with Indian geography. Maximum contribution is between 1976 and 1995. And globalization and education, the work was maximum between 1986 and 1995, and then of course it stabilized to 6% something later. But Gandhian studies and peace research, they took over. And in the last decade, between 2006 2016, 57% of his publications had been on Gandhian studies. So that way, major contributions could be in regional development in the first decade, and Ghanaian studies and peace research in the 5th decade. This gives us a chart of his publications, which are considered to be maximum between 1976 to 1985. And then, of course, they see a rise after 2006. Now, this is basically the pattern brought out in a figurative form. Now, again, I repeat that in the first decade, most of his publications were in the areas of regional development, philosophy development, and research methodology. Now, it was also the period that coincided with quantitative revolution in geography, and so his research focused on modeling, simulation, diffusion of innovation studies, and developing the theory of location and its application to address Indian development problems. In the second decade, his interest continued on regional development, followed by Indian geography, rural and urban studies. And as we said, most recently, his research publications intensified around Gandhian studies. Now, this is a list of the research publications. If we look at the books, there have been several edited books, and in fact, we find that he had been editor of several volumes. For instance, there was a series of publications, UNCRD Regional Development Series, where he brought out 10 publications, 10 volumes. Similarly, if we look at the other publications, here we have again contributions to Indian geography. This again came up in 13 volumes. And incidentally, my name is also listed here. In fact, I had forgotten that I had worked with Professor R.P. Mishra in editing one of the book, which I did with Dr. K.V. Sundaram, who was at that time in Planning Commission. Then we have also other books which are written and edited with several authors. Now, there is another set of volumes which have been published by Professor Mishra. This is Gandhian Alternatives, which have been published, which has been again published in several volumes, 5 volumes. Before that, there is also another set of volumes here. That was again for Nagi. A number of volumes have been published under the aegis of Nagi, with the general editor as Professor R.P. Mishra. In addition, there have been a series of research papers. Here is a long list of research papers, and being a good mathematician, he was able to introduce the concept of mathematics statistics in geography with great ease, which had been real difficult for many of us who had to really start from ab initio when we started working on quantitative analysis in geography at the master's level. Now, here is a list of articles with papers which have been published by Professor Mishra. I'm not able to read it, but then I'm just trying to scan through it so that one gets an idea about it. One of his major contribution had been the edited volume on Million Cities of India. Growth dynamics, internal structure, quality of life, and planning perspectives. This was brought out in 1998 in 2 volumes, and later I believe it came up in 3 volumes, revised form of it. Here is a series of work. Now here, as I was telling, there is a series of publications. This is Nagi Resource Series, where Professor R.P. Mishra was again a journal editor. And with this series, he was busy till the last. Now, there have been 10 volumes to it. Volume 1, Concept, Role and Classification of Resources by R.P. Mishra and B. Thakur, Baleshwar Thakur. And incidentally, both of them have left their marks in geography for us to follow. Then again, I did not recall that I had also worked for this Nagi Resource series. I was asked to work on state of natural and human resources of India in with my colleagues N.C. Jana, who is currently professor in Badwan University, and Professor R.B. Bhagat, who was professor in IIPS till late before retirement. And the other volumes are Land Resources by H.S. Mishra, Water Resources by R.P. Singh, Biotic Resources by A.K. Pandey, then Soils of India, Arun Chaturvedi, Mineral Resources, Devendra P. Singh, Energy Resources, Anupam Pandey, Marine Resources, S. Chattopadhyay, Managing Our Resources, Problems and Prospects by Professor R.P. Mishra himself. So what I want to say is we now find that at 3 levels, at UNCRD level, at UNCRD level, and at Nagi level, and at other level, he brought out several volumes in a series and tried to induct several scholars to bring in, to collate the entire information for future generations. Now, I think his second series, Urban India Challenges and Opportunities and Rural India Emerging Problems and Their Solutions, are the other series in which he had been busy. Then he worked on environment and rediscovering Gandhi series, both coming volumes again. Gram Swaraj, from Buddha to Gandhi, from Nai Talim, its relevance in 21st century, Truth is God, the Journal Natural series, and so on. So that shows the his comprehension and his vision about the development of not only the subject but also unification of the scholars at various levels. Now, there are certain scholars who work specifically with Professor R.P. Mishra. Amongst the Indian scholars, Professor Ramesh, Professor Ashu, Professor Baleshwar Thakur, C.P. Singh, D.C. Jayashankar, D. Gopal, Dr. Ors, Devendra Prasad Singh, H.N. Mishra, H. Ramachandran, Harimohan Mathur, Jayanarayan Sharma, K.R. I have a long list here, and many of them are continuing to still work, and some of them we have in fact lost them. They are no more with us. In addition, we had also worked with foreign scholars. And there's a list of the foreign scholars who have been working with him. Now, well, every situation has a beginning and an end, and every person has a beginning and an end. And so we had with Professor R.P. Mishra also. At 4 p.m. on 16th April of 2021, the legendary geographer bade goodbye to the mortal world for his heavenly abode at his 35 Stanley Road house in Prayagraj. It was an end of an era, and the entire geography fraternity was quite amazed and stunned. The community paid homage to the departed great noble soul, and the entire geography family was speechless. Some of the professors who sent their condolence messages, they have been listed here. I'll read out. Professor H.N. Mishra, who was very closely associated with him, said he was Gandhian in true earnest and believed in practicing control over anger, self-discipline, and violence in all dimensions of his life. Professor Ravindraji Jebai of the Indian Institute of Geographers wrote, his untimely departure is a huge loss to the IIT fraternity and geographers of this country, a void that will be difficult to fill. Professor Rana P.V. Singh wrote, the sad demise of Dean and Doyen of Indian Geography and father of regional planning in South Asia is in no way replaceable. Professor B.C. Vaidya, retired from JNU and General Secretary of Deccan Geographical Society, observes, I lost my wonderful friend, guide and teacher. Professor D.P. Singh again sent his message saying that it was a great loss to the Indian geography fraternity. I, as one, had a great shock of hearing about Professor Mishra's demise. I remember once I was invited to give a lecture in Allahabad University, where Professor Mishra, though he wasn't keeping very well, but he came all the way over to the department to listen to me. And in the evening, there was an at-home. Of course, he could not come for that. But then it was a great experience to be with him and discuss on several issues in the Department of Geography at Allahabad University. That, of course, was my first visit to Allahabad University Department of Geography. In conclusion, it would be quite inappropriate to close this academic profile without commenting on the pleasant gathering in the Mishra's home at University Faculty Residence, Mysore, Kulpati Niwas, Allahabad, Professor Quarter at Maurice Nagar, Delhi, his Prayagraj residence at 35-1 Stanley Road, Allahabad, where he breathed his last, and the graciousness of his devoted wife to serve the tea, lunch, and dinner in the Awadh style to students, professors, and friends who visited in Delhi to pay gratitude, respect, tribute to a man who had helped them in treading the path of success in professional fields. Even till the age of 91, he was active, alert, and fast as before, and was busy writing and editing books and delivering lectures. On each Sunday at 5 p.m., Professor Mishra, supposed to be present at the Shaheed Wall, planned and executed by him and his two close colleagues, Sri Virendra Pathak and Shyam Sundar Patel, on the boundary wall of Mahila Intermediate College, Mahatma Gandhi Road, Civil Lines, Allahabad, on which are given photographs and life sketches of the martyrs of the First War of Independence India fought in 1857. The towering personality of R.P. Mishra had inspired generations of geographers for hard work of original nature. He also prepared a team, active and promising geographers, to carry over his unfinished dream. I have the honor to share his profile with all my colleagues, and I thank you all for giving a patient hearing, and my naman to the departed soul. Thank you.
Namaste, madam.
Namaskar.
Thank you so much. With what a grace and command you have really unfolded the entire journey of Professor R.P. Mishra, great legendary geographer of our country, right from his birth till his education and his contribution. And it is seen that he has involved all the geographers of the entire country, each and every state, as well as from other countries of the world, to associate with him and produce a great treasure of geography to us. We really thank Professor Devendra Singh sir for initiating this platform. Otherwise, this great work would have never been known to the young geographers like us and the most young geographers of the country. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. And he has rightly chosen you to be the speaker because you were closely associated with him. And this is a real tribute we have given to Professor R.P. Misra sir on this platform. Thank you once again. Please keep us blessed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. With permission of our president of the session, Professor R.P. Singh sir, may I invite the geographers present in the panel today to say few words in a minute or two so that we can have maximum feedbacks from the geographers present herein. May I, sir? Yeah, I would like to invite our chief guest of the session, Professor P.S. Tiwari, sir, to say a few words. Tiwari, sir, please.
Thank you very much, Satmita ji. This Professor Mishra was a rare breed of academicians in the country. He had a very simple living, all the time thinking about the society, particularly the those deprived ones, and all the time encouraging his colleagues and friends and students to work for the welfare of the society. I came in contact with him in 1975, 74 end, when I joined the Institute of Development Studies. He was the director. He used to treat the colleagues as his family members, and all the colleagues used to call him Bhaiya. He was addressed as Bhaiya, that is the elder brother, and he used to treat everyone like his younger brother. Professor Nagia has given excellent account of his contributions. He was a great builder of institutions, built the Institute of Development Studies to international standards. Then his work at UNCRD, his contributions as Vice Chancellor of Allahabad University, that perhaps must have been one of the difficult tasks. He reformed the university, rejuvenated the university, and then she has given an excellent account of his contributions. He had very close working relationship with the government of Mysore, which I have not seen anywhere else in the country. The Chief Minister of the state, Mr. Arth, once came to a seminar, and he was there from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and sitting in the audience like any other delegate there. And he used to organize training program for project directors of drought-prone areas. And he had a practical exercise in rural development, where effort was made to find out how rural areas can be developed and they could have as good standard of facilities as we have there in the urban areas. So, friends, he was a great human being. He was a rare breed of academicians, and he had his contributions in building NAGI, the national level of National Association of Geographers in the country. He was an original thinker, always trying to encourage his associates to perform better and better. And to my thinking, I was also, almost the same age group. He was some 7-8 years elder to me. He had great impact on Indian geography, teaching and research in the fourth quarter of the last century. People used to visit Mysore to see how practical research, research oriented towards development of the society could be carried. People used to visit Mysore. So, friends, I am personally very much indebted to him because I learned a lot in multidisciplinary research during my association with him. And then I was fortunate to get his guidance and inspiration from him in the later part of my life. Thank you very much, Madam. I really appreciate the efforts of DP Singh to bring out how geography has developed in the country in the last, say, 100 years or so. And he very meticulously he has been organizing the sessions. So thanks to him, and thanks to all the friends and colleagues who have been involved in this very pious and onerous job. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tiwari sir, for sharing your experiences on this platform. Thanks a lot. We are really blessed. I would now like to invite our special guest, Professor Vishwambar Satish sir from Mizoram, to say a few words. Professor Satish sir, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry because, okay, thank you. Thank you, madam, for inviting me, and you are very nicely conducting this meeting. So you deserve also thanks. And the presentation made by Professor Nagia on Professor Misra was very outstanding. And the way she has presented and she spoke about Professor Misra is very excellent. I have also a few meetings with Professor Misra, and as it is already spoken that he was a legendary geographer, contributed a lot in terms of academic also in geography, and he was a great administrator. His work is noteworthy, well recognized at national and international level. So because I will not talk much about you, we have many speakers there. So at the end, I just acknowledge my thanks to Professor Nagia for this very beautiful deliberations, and also Dr. Savita Chauhan madam, nicely conducting. and all my seniors there. Tiwari ji also spoke very nicely, sir. And with this, I thank you to Professor Devendra Singh for conducting this program. This is the Golden Jubilee program, 50 years, sir. So you are also contributing a lot, and in future also, you will be recognized one of the great geographer of India. And your contribution will